refuse to let this be how the rest of the day goes. So all I did with this is I soaked my grounds overnight in just a puddle with some water in it to make kind of a cold brew, and then I used our pour over as a way to kind of filter that out, which, as you saw, normally works better than it currently did. I am dealing with coffee grounds pretty much everywhere right now. Our cup and our ice, we're gonna make this really simple. I'm probably not gonna add water to it because it looks like it's a little bit light, which is totally fine. I probably won't use that same method again. I feel like the jar that I put it in, all the grounds kind of just like sat at the top. But I decluttered my French press not too long ago. It is good though. Also, this is your reminder, if you have a garbage disposal, don't dump coffee grounds down your garbage disposal. It's very bad for it. It doesn't break it down. Trying a new creamer today. This is the Vanilla Bean by Coffee Meat. I actually found out that when you're trying to limit dairy like I am, this has very little dairy in it. I think it has like it has 2% of micellar casein, which is a milk derivative, but this is gluten-free. So I wanna try this. I'm actually, I don't know what it is. I was like, I only drink half and half, and then promptly was like, oh, I need something sweet in my coffee. But I'm still using the Silk half and half. But I need some, vanilla iced coffee. It's summertime. So let's try this. It is Vanilla Bean. Very good. Very good. I'm coming to you looking like an actual drowned rat this morning. Look at this. Look at my hair. This is my sleep hair. It's very like loosey-goosey. I'm getting ready to get ready for the day, but I wanted to chat with you guys. I don't know if anybody else is feeling like this, but I had one of those moments last night where I was taking like my nightly shower. I like to shower like right before I go to bed. And it was like, I was like crying in the shower. And I was like, what is going on with me? And I looked at my cycle tracking app and was like, oh, we're in our luteal phase. Like, fantastic. But I just had this, and I don't know if it's just because of the way I'm feeling, but does anybody else feel like they're the person that's always there for other people, but you feel like no one's ever really there for you? And like I said, this is probably just because I'm feeling some type of way because my hormones are like all over the place. But I was really feeling like that yesterday. And it doesn't make any sense because I have loving friends. I have an amazing partner. Like I'm like a very self-sufficient person. And on top of that, like I very much so value like my alone time and, like just moments by myself. So I woke up this morning after just basically like puttering around the house last night, being really mad. And it's unfair to like everyone in my life for me to like continue to act like that. Like, I think that I'm the type of person who's had mental health, things going on for so long that I can identify that it's still not okay to like take that out on people around you. So the plan for today was to go work, but I woke up this morning and was like, girl, you need to pour into your own cup. Like, you need to like take some time to like not, clean the house, because I like to clean the house and have dinner ready and all of that so that Rocco feels like loved and supported, because he actually works like every day right now. So there's that going on. And I was like, I want to do things that genuinely like fill up my cup. So I washed all the couch blankets. I'm getting ready to vacuum to get like the dog hair and stuff up. I made myself a nice coffee, as you guys saw. I'm getting ready to like, put on some sunscreen, do something with this mop that I have on my head. I'm actually considering chopping it all off again. But I wanted to take you guys with me because maybe you're feeling like this too. And like, let's just have a day. Like, let's hang out, put this on in the background and do something that takes care of you. There's a couple of things that I definitely want to get done today that I think will add to, especially since I'm going into my luteal phase, like I'm probably 2 or 3 days into it. Things that will add like a lasting kind of rest of the week. So on the docket for today, I need to do my nails. Look at my nails, y'all. I used a lime green nail polish and my nails are now like tinted a like yellowy green color. Can you see that? Oh, I hate it. Every time I like put my hands out and somebody else can see it, I'm like, don't look at them. Don't look at them. I'm so sorry. So on the docket today is to do my nails. I'm going to feel fresh and wonderful the rest of the week. And then I want to go get some flowers. Like, I have a shelf on this opposite wall over here that has like my baking stuff on it, but there is a space up there that I can put flowers that the cats can't get to. So I want to put some flowers out. So I'm going to go get some flowers today. I want to go clean my car. Once a week I take my car through the car wash and like vacuum it out, take care of the mats, that kind of thing. I need to dye my eyebrows. I actually shaved, like dermaplaned my face earlier this week, and now that that's calming down, like maybe I'll do a mask or something. But I just wanted to take you guys with me on like a realistic what I do to kind of like pour back into my cup. This has always been a staple on my channel, and while I've like moved away from, I'm really just trying to find my footing on like what I want to do, and I think I've narrowed it down to like I just want to hang out with you guys. Like I said, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I grew up in a really tiny town in Alaska. I mean, I'm talking like 2,000 people, very small, like one road through the town, no roads in and out of the town, like you had to fly into it, like very, like everyone I grew up with I'd known my entire life, like it was a lot. And then I moved to Ohio, and when I was like 11, 12, and I felt like I never really fit in, and I never really found like my group. And now I have a couple of very close friends, and I have my partner, and I have my family, and that is more than enough for me. But one thing that I never really like took the time to realize is I was just not okay with like my relationship with myself and how I saw myself. And some of the romantic relationships I had in like high school, just after high school, really did like a number on how I viewed myself. And then I started having like more intense like mental health struggles as I got older, and that like changes kind of how you see yourself that way too. So I've just been taking more time to like actually listen to my body. Like if I want to play video games all day, as long as everything else is like in order, I'm going to do that. Like I have a really hard time like slowing down. And if I want to go and get some freaking flowers, I'm going to go and get some freaking flowers. So that is what today is going to be. It's just like a day hanging out with me, a lazy, chill kind of Sunday. It's also supposed to be 80 degrees today, and I'm so excited. I love what is called lizard weather. I love lizard weather. I love like the humid kind of like crazy hot kind of weather for Ohio, like the God, my hair, like the 80 degree humidity that happens here. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna like open the windows, turn on like the ceiling fans in the house, and just like burp our house, as they call it. But today's not really gonna be like an admin day. I'm not gonna be doing anything too crazy. But I figured you guys might want to come with me while we take care of some of that stuff, while I take care of some of that stuff. So if you've got something you want to do today, like do your nails, do your hair, take a long shower, read a book, whatever, throw me on in the background. But yeah, I just want to get back to chatting with you guys and hanging out and showing more of my personality on here. I think when I try to film, I'm sorry, I'm getting so freaking rambly. I think when I try to film a very, other than like a sit down video, but like if I sit down and I'm like, okay, I have a plan for what I want to film, I think sometimes like my personality gets lost in that. And here's the thing, like I've been doing YouTube for almost 8 years now, something like that. And for me, I always really connected with people and have always wanted to be that person where like who you see online is who you get in real life. Like I want you to feel like you know me. And I think that outside of like sit down videos, because my personality is still able to come through in those, I feel like sometimes it gets lost. And then it's like, who am I? Who are you watching? Like, what are you getting out of this? Like it's lost, right? Like I want you guys to feel like we're friends and we're hanging out. And I'm so sorry that you can see my kneecaps, but yeah, that's what today's video is going to be. Right now I'm getting ready to like exit the house. I need to like floss, brush my teeth, put on some sunscreen, do something with this mop on my head. Although, you know what? This is a look. Like, if you think I haven't gone out of the house like this, like you are wrong. Oh my gosh. I have a story to tell you. Last thing before we get on with the day. Last night before we went to bed. It was like 10:30, almost like 11 o'clock. And we had to like take the girls out to go like potty or whatever, right? And I had already showered. So I'm in like a big ass t-shirt and some shorts. And mind you, it's like 40 degrees out, but I can be outside in that for like a moment and it not be a big deal. So I'm out with the girls. Well, Rocco's out with Luna because Nova refused to get off the couch. She was like, I'm already in sleep mode, but they have to go to the bathroom before we go to sleep. So Rocco takes Luna out, hoping that Nova will like spring into action. Of course she doesn't, because she's like the laziest dog I've ever met. And so I'm like, hey, we gotta go. Like, I get her up. Her and I are going outside. I'm wandering around on, we call it the island, but it's like where the dogs like, you know, mostly go to the bathroom. And I'm like wandering around, and at our like apartment complex, there's like this place that you can go to have like events and stuff. And so there's a bunch of people leaving this event, and I'm like, okay, like there's like a group of like 4 or 5 guys, and I'm trying to get Nova to go to the bathroom. I'm like nudging her, like, hey, go potty, go potty. And she's just like locked in on them because she's like, people, like I love people. And so she's like refusing to go to the bathroom. I'm like, girl, you need to go potty. And the guys I didn't realize were walking towards me because they live in the apartment complex. They're like 2 houses down from us. And I'm out there, no bra. My t-shirt is so long that it looks like that's all I'm wearing. And they're like giggling, like, oh, is she like afraid to go to the bathroom? And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, don't talk to me. Like, man, I'm just trying to like get my dog to go pee. I know you're probably just trying to be nice, but like, I'm so awkward right now. I'm like standing there with like my arms across my chest. Like, please don't. You can probably see my nipples through my shirt. I was so uncomfortable. And I turned around and Rocco's like in the house. So I go inside and I'm like, you just gonna leave me and Nova to the wolves? Like, oh, mom's got it. Like, you know, she'll be fine. And he's just like giggling. And I'm like, bro, like, I understand they live here, but you could have waited like 3.5 more seconds. So I just had a lot of like very awkward encounters with other human beings over the last 24 hours. So we're hoping to mitigate and not actually have to talk to anybody today. That is the plan. But I'm gonna get ready. I want to let it warm up a little bit. I think, let's see what the temperature is right now. Right now we're at 64, so I want it to be like mid 70s before I hit the road. So it's 12 right now. High of, let me see. Yeah, high of 79 today. So once it gets like 70-ish, I'll hit the road. But yeah, that's gonna be the day today. Hopefully you guys are excited to hang out with me, and I will keep you updated as we go through this afternoon and just spend the day together. I wish I had a way. Why is it flashing? Do you guys see it flashing? Whatever. I wish I had a way to make this less orange, but I don't. And if you think I'm gonna be able to edit it in any kind of way that makes sense, you're wrong. Part of the reason why I want to cut my hair is I keep eating my hair, but we're starting out with doing something with the top of my hair. I ran out of my smoothing cream, so I got the Tresemme one. It smells really, really good. And then just a hair clip. Like, we're just gonna be doing the bare bones basic today. Just trying to make it look semi put together while it is in a hair clip. Yes, unfortunately, I am one of those girls that drives with a hair clip in. If I'm gonna go out that way, I'm gonna go out that way. Like, there's so many things. Like, if you were in a car with me, other than when I'm like delivering food, I think you'd be like, you know, I don't think that the hair clip is gonna be what kills her. I think it might be her road rage. Rocco is convinced that that is how I'm going to die one day. He thinks I'm going to knife hand the wrong person while driving, and they're just going to follow me home and end my life. There's something about people who drive like they don't understand that they're driving a 2, 3, 4, 5 ton death machine. Really bugs me, and I like to let them know it is something that I am working on. But to be completely honest, if you can't drive your vehicle in a way that says, hey, I understand that this is dangerous. If I hit somebody, or if we're in an accident or whatever, you just, oh my God. You know what? My hair is gonna be the death of me today. You know, we're going for slightly messy. But if you don't understand that that's what's happening when you're driving a vehicle, you probably just shouldn't be allowed to drive a vehicle. That's my hot take. I got a bunch of, because I sold my vanity, which normally kept all of my stuff in it. I sold my vanity, so I ended up, like, doesn't make sense to sell a vanity so that you have extra money and then go spend that money on something to organize the things that were in that vanity. No, short term, it does not make sense. However, when we move to Florida, we're gonna have probably less space, and we don't want to be bringing so much stuff with us. So I ended up buying a bunch of really inexpensive clear organizers for under our sink, because wherever we move, like, that's just gonna be where things need to go. So I ended up buying a bunch of those, and guys, I am loving it. I think while moving towards like the no spend, low spend kind of time in my life, I became less into like displaying everything that I have, right? Like, I think that that's when it becomes, for me, like a consumerist issue. Like, I have storage in my shower. I actually got rid of one of the shelves in there because I found myself wanting to fill the storage, right? Like, I found myself wanting to have enough to fill all of the shelves, or like wanting to have the most aesthetic like makeup spread because my vanity had like a glass top on it. And I was really treating it like, well, if I have this space, I need to make it look pretty and I need to have a bunch of stuff on there. So now that I have everything like in these drawers, it's really just what is convenient for me to use. And I'm so excited. It feels so much better. My life feels a lot lighter. I have a dog bag in my pocket. But yeah, I'm just feeling really, really, really good about it. This is your reminder to floss if you don't floss. These are technically not the best to use, and I don't like that they are like single-use plastic. We're gonna switch to something else after this, but I'm just going through these right now, but this is your reminder to floss. Thinking about whether or not I wanted to wear makeup today. I don't think I'm going to. I have to show you guys some stuff that I got though. So I still have my face sunscreen, so good there. I'm almost done with this. This is my everyday lotion SPF 50. However, I did buy the big bad boy. This is my like, just got out of the shower in the morning, know I'm gonna be going outside, slathering it on kind of thing. I actually forgot that I still had this because it was in with my work stuff that I packed like when I recently lost my job. So right now, I think for my mental sanity, I think wearing makeup today might be my 13th reason. I think just having, like, if I want to take a nap, I want to just be able to take a nap. And I find like if I have makeup on, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get it on like my pillows. My pillows are like light colored, or I'm going to get them on the pillows in like the living room. I'm gonna get it on the dogs. Like if I'm going out somewhere where like I need to be like more presentable, then for sure I will wear like more makeup or whatever. But I think today is just gonna be a sunscreen day. I really love this freaking sunscreen. I think it makes some people break out, but it does have like other ingredients in it. It's got sunflower, rosemary, and rice antioxidants. So it's a really good sunscreen. I haven't dug too much into Supergoop ethically. I think right now I'm at a point where I'm trying to focus on what I can. I think we get really over, like, there's a girl that I follow on Instagram who does she does commentary on like greenwashing and sustainability and things like that. And she does an amazing job, right? Like she does talk about like actual sustainability and some of the ways that the brands are trying to remedy that. And she does it within like certain price points. And she just tries to be very, very thorough. And I was super impressed by like she did like a whole month of it. I'll leave her Instagram down below, but she did like a whole month of it. And the most recent one, people were like tearing her apart because of one of the brands she mentioned is, I forget who it was, but they're not like, I guess they might not be cruelty free, or there's like questions on whether or not they're cruelty free. Like, I don't know. But she was like, hey, like she responded to that with like, I try to do the best that I can with the information that I have, what's available to me, what like fits the bill for the things that are important to me. She's like, not to say, my shower is peeing. Not to say that I don't care about like animal rights and things like that, but she's basically like, you gotta do your best. And I think that is really important. I think that social media gives people this very like all or nothing kind of mentality, and that actually really, really scares me. So I believe in like differing opinions. I believe in living lives in different ways and having, different views on like what's important to people, and not necessarily like knowing 100% of what somebody is doing or not doing in their life, right? Like they, might shop at brands that are not cruelty free, which like, what does that even mean? Like, how is it even measured? Whatever, to like, it's different to each person, but you don't know if they're volunteering at like animal shelters. You don't know if they're donating to like rescue organizations. Like, you never know like what somebody is doing. So like I said, I think there's this all or nothing mentality. And the reason why that's really scary to me is, if I know anything about all or nothing, if people start to fail or they feel like they're not living up to a certain amount of grandstanding, or feeling like they're doing a good job, or satisfying people who are making these kinds of comments, like they're gonna give up on like what they're doing. Like, you can't have an all or nothing mentality. You're gonna fail. You are a human. And I think the internet does a really good job of amplifying voices where it's like, hey, this is important to me, and because you're not doing that, I'm gonna make sure you understand that you're failing in some sort of way. And it's so scary. It is so, so, so scary, because like 95% of some of the discourse that I see online, you would never say to that person if you knew them in real life, right? Like, if you knew their whole story, if you knew what they were doing in their real life, if you knew like their circumstances, I feel like a lot of that is lost with like social media. And as somebody who, yes, grew up before the internet and then lived in a place where even after the internet was introduced, we didn't really get the internet, right? Like, we lived in a very rural, like very, very rural area. So I think that social media is just really intimidating in the fact that it like challenges people's perception of themselves a lot. And the only person that's going to know you and whether or not you are doing a good job or doing the most is going to be you, right? Like, how do people in your life, assuming you've chosen good people to surround you, how do they interpret the way that you're living? Do they think you're kind? Do they think that you're doing what you can? Like, that's what's important. So I just have a very weird view on social media. As somebody who is on social media, who makes YouTube videos, who literally has a camera stuck to their mirror in their bathroom right now so that I can talk to you, seeing some of that stuff is like very alarming. Like, it amplifies voices that don't need to always be amplified. And that's not to say that there shouldn't be discourse. I think that it is so, so important, and social media has its way with being like, hey, have you thought of this? Like, I've seen healthy discourse online from people who have completely different backgrounds, who disagree on certain things, but it's still healthy, because as humans, we need to have that exchange of idea. We need to be challenged. We need to, be, our horizons need to be broadened, and what we think we might know, like maybe that, we need to be shown a different kind of way. I think that's important. But what I generally see is a lot of dogpiling, like a lot of dogpiling. And I think it's because we think like this person or this thing has happened, and we want to make sure that they understand that what they're doing is offending us. And here's the thing, like, for example, there was a woman on Instagram who posted about how she stopped reading certain books because she's rediscovered her love of the Bible and her Christian faith. And I think that's beautiful, right? Like, you can read or not read, or consume or not consume, like what you choose to consume. However, she then went on a little bit of what feels like this very strong, like, ideological judgment of like everybody else who's followed her. This woman has like 110,000 followers on Instagram, right? And she was basically like dogpiling on books, like, oh, you shouldn't be reading this because it glorifies like sexuality, or it glorifies like outside of there being two genders. And like, she's allowed to have her fucking opinion. It's wrong, but she's allowed to have her opinion, right? And I just saw all of these people who were dogpiling on her. And calling her a bitch and saying all these things. And I'm like, y'all, that is not the answer. Like, you may feel that way about this human being. She's still a human being. And while her words are hurtful, the best thing you can do is not give her any freaking attention. Like, don't give her any attention. And on the post, I saw a lot of people who were basically just like going off on her, like a lot of those gifs that people post that are like vomiting and like, honey, this ain't it, and like all this stuff. And it's like, I understand that like what this person believes in their mind is the right thing is offensive to a lot of people. Like, I agree. I think like everything she posted, I'm just like, honey, please. Like, I hope 10 years from now you're like out of, like, there's nothing wrong with Christianity. Grew up in a Christian home, Seventh-day Adventist, like Lutheran, like the whole nine. My whole family is like Catholic, like completely understand, right? I think there's a lot of beauty and community in Christianity. I personally am not Christian. Where I draw the line is where you are telling people that they're going to hell or there's something wrong with believing that the way that they believe, when in reality, like the same can be said about you, and the very book that you support says the exact opposite of what you're attempting to say. Like, the Bible has been like written and rewritten in a way that is supposed to kind of like control and, you know, whatever. Like, we could really get into it. Doesn't matter. I think Christianity as a whole, treat your neighbor as you want to be treated, love those, you know, around you. I think that is beautiful. And like the you know, grouping and the camaraderie and all of that. Love it. I love that people, I have so many Christian people. My best friend is a Christian. Her dad is a pastor. Like, I love it. I absolutely do. I've had people who are like, hey, can I pray for you? And I was like, you know what? I would love that, because I know that that means something to them. And it means that for them, that's how they want to show love and care for this other person. And that means a lot to me. I think what gets kind of lost though is when you start saying this like kind of rhetoric, like, we have to get to a point where you can't continue to allow that to be a facet of your life. Like, going after these people online and having like whole channels dedicated to like talking down about other people. Like, it's one thing to have a channel where you talk about like the epidemic of like overconsumption and things like that. But when we're singling out very specific people and attacking them as people, why? Like, you're doing exactly what they're saying, not like what you're saying not to do, like what you're asking them not to do. They can have their opinion. You're never going to convince somebody to, if they're speaking so passionately about something, to feel a different way. The point has been made. You know what I mean? Like, people are on there like, hey, this is terrible. People just keep going. And she keeps doubling down. And it's like this whole thing. And so every time I get on Instagram, I'm like, I'm going to set my fucking phone on fire. Like, I'm so tired of seeing it. I've seen this woman's name come up like it's every other story on Instagram right now. And Rocco, a really long time ago, gave me the best advice you can do is ignore. Don't give them any kind of attention. When something like that happens, whether it be a bad driver, a rude person in public, what they're wanting is attention, and you're giving them that attention. Not just that, you're ruining your day. You're ruining your day. You're inviting this woman in. And you can disagree and you can say like, hey, you know, I don't agree with this, or you can have like a not healthy discourse for all I really care, right? Leave it at that, move on. Go do something in your life that is the opposite of what that person is saying, if it means so much to you. Because she was getting all about like, you know, like there's only two genders and the Bible this and the Bible that. And if you really do take an issue with that, donate to a transgender organization. Hug the transgender people in your life. Spend time with them. Get off your phone talking about it. Like, I love y'all. I really, really do. I just think that like, we gotta let it go. We have to let it go. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time doing something that you could really be doing that actually negates what you feel so passionately about. And that's the beauty of being human. She may have 110,000 followers that agree with her. There's millions and millions and millions more that do. And you don't have to take all of your time, you know, being upset about it and like talking about it on the internet and like shouting into the void. You could go out in your real life and do something. It just bugs me. It bugs me. Social media blows my mind. But that's enough. I'm going to go angrily clean my car. I need to go clean my car, buy me some flowers, do my nails, dye my eyebrows, and you guys are going to come with me. It is only currently 66 degrees out. I do have shorts on, like I said earlier. These are my favorite. These are linen shorts. I don't know who they're from. They are from Caslequin, Caslequin. Caslon, Caslon. I love these shorts. I wore them when we were in Florida last year, and they're so like flowy and like perfect. Perfect. I'm wearing a gray t-shirt. This is either an Amazon Basics or an ASOS Basics. It's just a basic t-shirt. I don't love what's happening up here, but this is just what we're going with. This is gonna be my summertime fit for today. I also need to get gassed.
OxyClean stuff, I heard it works well.
Sorry, I'm listening to those 3 little words, which is fantastic, but it just like automatically starts every time I get the car, which is really embarrassing. This is the little the SPI 50 that I went through most recently. I wanted to show you guys, I've been taking this little carry thing with me, like keeping it in my car. And I've been reapplying my sunscreen. This is another thing that I got. I got Play Face. This is SPI 50. But even though you have like makeup on, whatever it might be, if you like reapply it, and then I got this little Real Techniques like blending sponge, and you just like blend it in. It is so good if you're wearing makeup. So I keep that in here. And then I keep my sunscreen stick, which is for my hands. And then I do have a couple of makeup products. I have like a chapstick, a blush, so I can reapply if I need to. But I've been absolutely loving that, so I've been keeping that with me. And then, as always, I have my SPF 50 face mist, and then I have, which I use like on my face sometimes. This is actually almost out, which is part of the reason why I bought the new one. And then I have my Ultimate Sun Protector Spray SPF 40 by Shiseido that I keep in here as well. So I'm like ready for the sun. I sunburn in like 3.5 seconds, so we're gonna be avoiding that. And then right now, I think I have one in here. Sunscreens, like sunscreen chapsticks, I don't really love them. Right now I'm using the Ole Henriksen Peptide Lip Treatment. I freaking love these. I'm actually almost out of that one. So we're gonna go clean the car first, and then I might go to like Goodwill to find a vase. The only vase that I have for my car is for the house is like a really big one. So I want to find just like a tall standing one. We've been wanting one for a really long time. So I think I'm going to go and find that while we're out and about today too. So I'm going to go wash my car first, and then we will hit up probably Goodwill. Stopping the car wash. I'm like, I pay monthly. Please figure it out. I just want to clean my car. Kiddos like helping her do all of that, and she sucked one of them in the face with the vacuum cleaner. I'm dying. Ooh, fire truck. If you ever wonder what I'm currently listening to, the Manifesto, Super Fast Jellyfish, basically anything by the Gorillaz. I never grew out of my Gorillaz phase. I hate people. Sometimes I'm crying with like 1,000 burning suns, but as I was filming that last clip, a ambulance was coming through, because around here people run red lights all the time. Like, it's like a pandemic. Like, if your light is green, you have to wait like 2 or 3 minutes before you are able to pull out. Not 2 or 3 minutes, like 2 or 3 seconds. And the reason for that is that people run the red lights so much. Well, it looks like an SUV ran a red light and just completely took out a motorcyclist. So that's always good. And it was a really big SUV, like think like the size of a Grand Wagoneer, or, you know, like one of the big like Ford SUVs. This is what I meant by like people are not cognizant of the fact that other people exist on the road, and like wherever they're going, whatever they need to do, that is clearly the most important. So this is your reminder to keep an eye out for motorcyclists, because I've had many of friends that have lost loved ones to people just running through red lights, running through stop signs, like not being aware that smaller vehicles are on the road at the same time. But it's all good. Oh, hi, Bill. Thank you. Sorry. So many. I could use a cute jug. How cute would that be? Ooh. That's cool. I think I'm gonna do this one. Oh my god, they have so much cute stuff. What is that? Alright, I'm only here for that, so I'm gonna leave. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You're so cute. Thank you, I love dogs. Hi, sweet pea. Can I pet you? Oh, hello. Oh, you're very sweet. You're so well behaved. My dogs will be all over everybody. Yeah, you're so sweet. All right, let's find some flowers. Ooh. They released it. Damn. Alright, I don't know. I want it so bad. Here we go. Get some daisies. I don't see any daisies. Should I do purple? Because that's Rocco's favorite color. Alright, I'm gonna do these.
Welcome. Please scan your first item. If you have check refunds, Coinstar, coupons, cash, or pay another way. Please take your change. Cash is dispensed below the scanner. Thank you for shopping at Meyer.
I don't remember where I parked. You guys see my car? I don't see my car. See ya! Alright, I've had enough of people. Time to go home. Alright, we are back with the flowers and what are we barking at? You're so vicious. My favorite part about this is that they're really not. Our next door neighbor smokes meats outside, and that's what they get really excited about when he's like walking around. What's funny is they do this inside the house, but if we were outside the house, they'd be running up to him like, oh my god, pet me, pay attention to me. Can you guys stop? Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Nova, it's okay. I have sunscreen everywhere, so I can't get it off of my glasses. Nova, please stop. Oh my god, I think I just made it worse. What is happening? Oh my god, my glasses are horrible, but we're gonna put these together. This is the vase that I got. It was $5. I don't know if you guys can see like the texture and stuff on it, but it's also just the perfect size. Like I said, the one that we have is huge. Like the base of it is probably like this big. So I wanted just like a, tall freestanding one. Please stop cleaning your butt on camera. Go somewhere. So we're gonna put this together and kind of chat. What creators are you guys watching right now? I need to know. I basically watch YouTube as if it was actual television. Like, I pay for YouTube Premium. That's the whole thing. I just absolutely love YouTube. So I want to know who you guys are watching. I have a couple of creators that, like, when they release a video, I am 1000% watching it. So Good Mythical Morning is one of them. I love Rhett and Link. Link is my favorite. I know people like talk so much crap about him because he's very neurotic, but like he has obsessive compulsive personality disorder. So like I think people just don't really know what that is, but he's like very much so like a rule follower, like, hey, this is how things have to be. He's like weird about like injustices. And then on top of that, he's just very awkward. And for some reason, I just absolutely love him. Like Rocco and I went to Chicago and saw them on the Good Mythical tour this past year. Like just a huge fan of them. So I fall asleep to them pretty much every night. Like they are my go-to. Couple of other ones that I actually really like. So Fooster, who is a gentleman from the UK. I love his stuff too. He does a lot of, he exclusively does gaming videos, and I love them. Most recently, he is doing the, what's it called? The like video store simulator game. I've been like really into simulator games recently. So like I've been like playing them and then watching other people play them. Also, just going to preface this with, I am not a floral. Like, I'm not good at, like, arranging florals or whatever. I do know you have to cut them. Oh, and I guess I should add this to it too, huh? But I love watching his videos. He is a, like, faceless YouTuber, so we don't know what he looks like, which I can actually really appreciate the anonymity of that. Like, he just doesn't really want people to know, like, who he is. I mean, I'm sure people in his real life know who he is and what he does online, but he doesn't, like, let us know who he is, which is totally fine. Is that a good height? We're just going to go with it. The point of this is to bring joy into our lives, not necessarily be perfect. I got these other little, what are these, like, carnations? I got those as well. I thought the pink and, like, all of these colors would be really, really cute together. But yeah, so I watch him a lot, and then I watch like Cozy K Gaming and just Cozy K in general. I love her stuff. She's like very inclusive, very much so like a comfort kind of creator. Like definitely one of those creators, like when I'm doing something, I'm in for like a long haul for the day, I will put her videos on to like play in the background. So I love her stuff. I'm gonna take off some of these leaves. And then there's a couple of other creators from Florida that I've started watching. Erin Davila is one of them. I love, this is so pretty. I love her videos. She does a lot of lifestyle content. So she does live in the Orlando area. And I just love watching, like, outside of, yes, she goes to Disney, Epcot, you know, Universal, like that kind of stuff. But she also just does, like I said, like general lifestyle content that I really like as well. She does, like, you know, life in my 9 to 5. You guys may have seen her on TikTok. She kind of blew up with her record wall. I actually found out about that after I started following her. Oh, this one broke. I'm gonna hang it on my fridge. But I also just really love her content. And then her friend Shannon also makes videos. And I'll list all these people down below if you guys are interested. But I love her stuff too. She does similar stuff. So she does, you know, lifestyle content in the Orlando area as well as like Universal. She has a good bit of content on like weight loss and stuff. So she has taken like GLP-1s and things like that. So if you guys are sensitive to that kind of content, you might want to be like, you know, a little more discerning. But that's just like a part of, people have been asking about her weight loss. So she's been kind of addressing it recently, but it's definitely not like her content. Like I said, she's very like lifestyle forward and like the Disney lifestyle. So I love watching her stuff too. And then pretty much just like my general, like Gemma Louise Miles, she's another UK creator that I absolutely love watching. I'm kind of losing the plot over here. Can't really see. But her stuff is just very like, she's like a mom to 2 boys and they, you know, are buying a house right now. So there's a lot of renovation stuff going on. I also watch her partner. His name is Jamie. I watch his renovation videos with Rocco. So while they're renovating like an old farmhouse, I've been watching a lot of that content. This is looking so cute. This is giving me so much joy, you guys. This is what I needed in my life. And then my new nail tips got delivered today. I did actually run out of nail tips, so I had to buy some new ones. I'm gonna leave some of these kind of long so that they sort of stick out of the top a little bit. I'm so in love right now. I just vacuumed, but I know I'm gonna have to vacuum here again in a second. Hopefully, I like called Rocco to tell him about the motorcycle accident because I was really upset and like wanted to talk to somebody. And as you guys saw, as I was walking into Meijer, there was a dog, and I was like, okay, day's better. Like, saw a dog on my way into Meijer, and he was like, yeah, he's like, dogs are infinitely better than people. And I'm like, I'm glad I picked a partner that knows that dogs over people every day. Okay, how do we feel about it? I love it. Louie, you want to come smell? Nova, come smell. Oh, you want to come smell? Come smell. Come smell the flowers. Come smell. Oh, you want to smell? Oh, please don't eat it, girl. I love flowers. I love the smell of flowers. Oh, hello, my love. I know you were in there licking your butt. What about you, Lou? You want to come smell? No, she doesn't. Ooh, but that is my floral arrangement. It is super, can I throw this away? Super cute. I'm very happy with it. I'm going to save my powders so I can try to keep these alive. I know some people think it's dumb to buy flowers because they die, but like, you're dying. I don't know what to tell you, Susan. I think I'm going to do my nails now. I'm going to plop down, put a video on of some sort and just get to it. I'll show you guys what I use because I get questions all the time about it. That way, if you guys want to do it at home, I do like Gel X. So if you guys want to do Gel X, I think you guys can know how to do it. I am so happy with this. This fills me, this probably looks so stupid to other people, but this just genuinely fills me with so much joy. As somebody who suffers from seasonal depression, the fact that flowers are out now and it's bright and sunny and I'm about to open the windows, I'm just so happy. Okay, let's figure out, well, let's grab my nail kit. See what we're working with here. I have a ton of stuff in here, like a ton. Ooh, I don't need the whole thing, but I probably will bring the whole thing out. The reason why I got different nail tips is because they are different sizes to the ones that I normally have. In summertime, I like to go, you know, a little bit different. I don't need my nail brushes. Really all I'm gonna need is my curing lamp, my mini curing lamp, because I am doing gel X, my drill for the tips of my nails, and then my primer. I have like base coat, everything in here that I will need. So let's go ahead and grab this. Oh, also, now's your time. If you are getting ready to do your nails, to use the bathroom. Definitely use the bathroom. No, don't look. All right, basket secured, potty break taken. I like to sit on my couch when I do this and just use my coffee table. I just like pull my coffee table towards me. A couple of other things that I like to have is an extension cord so I can sit on my couch. Not needed, but encouraged. So I have my long extension cord. And then you do need a show or movie, because this can take quite a while. Like you're looking at probably at least a couple of hours. So a couple of other things that I always have and do. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can see me because of the sun. Oh no. A couple other things that I always do when I'm doing my nails is I do always have 2 drinks. So generally a coffee and then a big thing of water. I broke down and bought this Stanley. There's a reason for that. Stanley cups make me drink a lot of water. However, I am severely afraid of contamination in the form of like mold. So I wash these pretty regularly. So I'm always needing one. And so I was like, look, if I had one more, I'd be able to keep them constantly in rotation. So I ended up buying another one in a color that I absolutely love, like that, what is that, chartreuse, like that very, very green. So you always want to have 2 drinks, especially ones that will make you need to go to the bathroom in the middle of doing all of this, like coffee. And then, like I said, just something comfortable to watch while you're doing it. Let me show you guys the nail tips that I got. So I got these ones. They're the Una Gela False Nails. I actually heard really good things about these. Most people use these as like press-ons, but I heard a lot of good reviews for people using them for Gel X. The only thing that can be kind of annoying is taking them off. But I'm one of those psychopaths that just peels them off. So I'm looking into like an actual nail removal glue, because when you soak these in acetone, they don't get like super like flimsy and like able to take off. But I saw this same brand also had a nail glue remover that works with Gel X, so I might try that. But I also got this because they had really good reviews for people with wider nail beds, which is like, for example, I'm 5'10", 175 pounds. So I'm pretty large in like stature, and like my hands are really big. I'm a size 11 in feet, like in shoes. So I'm like big, and sometimes nails don't necessarily work for me. So I'm hoping reading the reviews, these will be good. Just looking at it, some of them might even be too big for me, which is awesome. I never have this problem. And they're already etched on the inside. I don't know if you guys can see that, so it should make application pretty easy. But I'm gonna plop you guys down. I need to decide what color I want to do. I was thinking of doing a pink. This is by Dashing Diva. I thought about doing a pink. I have that color, and then I have this like super bright pink. I've been wearing these pretty interchangeably recently. And then I've also been wearing this blue a lot. I wanted to go with like a red, but I don't think I have another red that I really am in the mood to wear. I have this red. Ooh, actually, wait a minute. I have this red. It's called Date Night. It's like a very, well, that looks brown. That's not very accurate, but it's like a red color. So I might use this. I don't know. I've just been really feeling red nails. What do they say, like red nail theory? If you like wear red nails enough, like your partner will propose. No pressure at Rocco, but you know, it's been like 7 years. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on my nails. I have my top coat that I always use. And then somewhere in here is my nail glue. I did just buy a nail glue, so it should be in here somewhere. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna get on with, and I will show you guys how everything turns out when I'm done. All right, got my nails on. Let me turn my volume down on my TV. Of course I'm watching Errands. But, so here is what I do. I use this after I've kind of buffed my nails, and I use either a nail file, like a regular nail file, or I use my drill bit. Then I use this as my bonder. Sometimes I will also use this, just depending. But then I use this. I use a bit of a base layer. So I use a lot of the Beetles stuff. I'll probably switch out of the Beetles stuff eventually, but I use a foundation base gel as my way to stick these on. It just makes, as somebody who likes to switch theirs out a little bit more often, I find that a base gel is a little bit easier to get off. So I use this, and then what I will do is I will put it on each nail and cure it with my little nail curing thing, one by one. And then once I've put a layer on my natural nail, I'll put a layer on the actual nail and then cure the nail to it. They're a little bit longer than I thought they were going to be, but you know what? It's summertime. We're going to be sassy. And then I will drill the tops of these nails. Even if they come etched, I would still recommend drilling the top of them just to make them last longer. And then I will, after that, I don't use another base coat on like artificial nails. I will only use another base coat if it is my natural nails. And then I'm going to do one hand bright pink, one hand light pink. I think that will be so fun. So I'm going to finish that up, and then I will show you guys. I feel so sassy. Clicks. I can't wait to wash my hair with these nails, but I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. All right, so nails are done. Like I said, they're much longer than I thought they were gonna be, but we're gonna be sassy going into summer. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun. The rest of the day, I'm literally just gonna be playing games on my computer or like Fortnite or something, so you guys probably don't wanna like come along for that. But yeah, it's been, I don't know, it just feels kind of how it used to when I would like vlog and hang out and like talk to you guys and stuff. Just, you know, what I'm doing with my day, what I've, you know, been reading, which I've started the second book by Devney, what's her name? Devney Perry. It's Rights of the Starling, and oh my god. So I actually really, really like this book. Essentially what happens is our female main character is what we call the Sparrow, who is kind of like forced into marriage with another ruling nation, and then when that happens, the person that she's marrying becomes like the Shield of Sparrows, and she believes that she's going to be marrying the king of this country that like everybody hates, and come to find out the gentleman that she marries is actually the prince of that country. So that's just like the basis of it. Like we have forced marriage, forced proximity, that kind of thing, but this is a fantasy book. So I personally think it has really good world building. Again, characters are always the most important to me. I love both the MMC and the FMC. I think that the writing style is really good. I've never read anything else by Devney. I just think that where I'm at in life right now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted an Instagram yesterday that was like, look, if you're not a millennial and you haven't like lived all of the lives that we've lived, you know, up until this point, because, you know, we were like the generation that had Four Loko, we had like crazy basement parties, we had the underage drinking on like college campuses, and like, you know, the pre-internet with like MySpace and things like that. And so when it comes to my life, I like to be very low key. And one of the things that I like to be low key about is just my enjoyment of reading. Like if I want to go to bed at 9 p.m. and read my little romantasy book, like that's what I'm going to do. I saw another Instagram that somebody posted about this series, and it was like a review of it. And they were like, gets on horse, travels, nothing happens, get back on horse, travels, nothing happens. And like that was like the 1-star review for the book, and I probably gave it like a 3.75. I liked it enough that I picked up the next one. But I just thought it was so funny because the second book literally starts out with her ass back on a horse traveling again. And I was like, oh my god. All I could think of was that 1-star review. But I think that I'm just at the point where like I just don't take too many things too seriously. Like, you know, like if it's not directly affecting me, people I care about, or like injustices in the world, like I am like chill about it. So, you know, not the most groundbreaking book that I've read so far this year, but still definitely one that I'm really, really enjoying. So definitely a fan of that, just to keep you guys updated. And then I have been reading these books by, it's a hockey romance series, but they are by, it's the DC Stars. Let me see here. Chelsea Curto. I am on book number 3 of that series and absolutely loving it. If you guys haven't read and you are a fan of like hockey romances, that is really, really good. But yeah, there's just been some books that I'm like making my way through and just really, really loving. So glad to be talking about books again on the channel as well. But yeah, what are you guys reading right now? Anything good? Anything I need to pick up? But thank you guys once again for hanging out with me today. It is not too late in the evening. It is still only 4 o'clock, but I am going to call it here. I might edit this a little bit, but if you guys want to follow me for like real-time interactions and stuff on Instagram, you can find me there. I will link it in the down bar, as well as like the channels that I talked about today and some of the other people that I mentioned as well. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video.